Hi guys, welcome. I just made a video about Mabox, which is a Manjaro open box spin. And Linux is all about choices. We need to choose a kernel, and that kernel is coming from Linus Torvalds and his company, let's say, his team. And then it keeps on, well, splitting off in Debian packages and Susan and all that. But basically we're all working on Linux, and that's the fun. And there is so much diversity, and this one is another of our possible diversities. At ArcoLinux, we try to teach you Linux as first angle, right? Working with the terminal and so on, and getting to grips with all the commands that are possible. Again, you'll have to teach that at other sites when you're on Debian or Susan or NixOS or right, so many ors, and that's great. But at ArcoLinux, we'd like to present you a project for the coming years. So if you're very new to Linux, that's great. The goal is, if you stick around, of course, is to make yourself a Linux master expert. And one of these guys, XeroLinux, has mastered it so far that he has created his own Linux distribution. This could become XeroLinux, the new Linux version of 2021, right? It's just knowledge, and all the time it's just choices. And even though this is now today too far for you, you say, oh my god, it's nothing for me, it might be in 1 or 2 years time, because all the knowledge is here. In ArcoLinuxISO.com we teach you how to create a customized ArcoLinux ISO from scratch. There are 130 articles plus so many videos on YouTube that accompany these articles, explaining you what to do, how to do it, and so on. And at some point in time I got this what if, and that's called ALCI. That is the idea to have an ArcoLinux, grab it from arcolinux.org and put Calamares on there, and then make your own distro. So basically, with all the knowledge that's available on all our websites and all our videos, you can make this. So without further ado, let's have a look at the choices, because that's what it is. What choices did XeroLinux make to have this? Let's have a look. So we decide what to put up. A nice bias look. EFI is black with 3-4 lines, but in bias we can have a splash screen, as it's called, splash PNG, and then it shows, and it's nice. It's a very professional logo. He wanted some feedback, so I'll give it him straight here in the video. So now, seeing this end result, there are intermediary steps, right? Like ArcoLinuxB.com. Maybe I should have a quick look back at our websites. So ArcoLinux ISO. There is something. Oops, this should be changed. Okay, I just noticed here the title. That's not correct. ArcoLinuxB. The B stands for build your own ISO. This is an intermediary. You can build your ISOs today, right? By just typing a few commands in the line. It's always the same command. Git clone it, change it, run it, done. And you've got your own personal ISO. Just want to put it in the video again. So here we are. This is the list of choices he made. The fonts have been changed, the theme is changed, the icons is changed. So all these elements, or maybe we should go first and install it and in the meantime talk. This is an effect you can actually have, that this slides to the back. You see? That's an effect, just an effect, a choice to have that effect. I have the choice to make it wobbly, right? I like wobbly. I miss it if it's not there. 3.2.39.3, last, very last. Calamares, great. I choose for American English always. Next, any of my applications I go for English, Most of the tutorials are in English. Most of the articles are in English. There will be no translation problem there for me. So processor U-code. So do I have an Intel or do I have an AMD? Yes, I have an Intel. So I could install this one if I like, but this is VirtualBox, so it doesn't matter really. Just getting the message out again that an ISO is a frozen image in time. At that particular moment in time, that particular kernel was in the repository, that particular NVIDIA driver was in the repository, that particular AMD driver, etc. And everything comes on the ISO and it's frozen. 6 months later, you can install the frozen kernel. No problem. You'll boot up and you have the kernel 6 months before. So if you say, I want to boot up with the latest kernel straight away, that's when you say, I want to have this. Now this machine, this ISO has been built quite recently, so no need to do that. Stable LTS, so choices. What kernel do you like? Standard, Control T. Standard, we have the Linux LTS that you can read, second line here, and this is a lolcat for you, so colors. We have choices to make, or we are in the possession of a Linux kernel, a CPU that's called AMD, not Intel, right? So we choose to install the Linux AMD kernel or NVIDIA GPU drivers, etc., etc. So here are all the choices. You decide what you take. Next, rather than putting everything in one big screen, actually a module called in Calamares, we rather want to divide it in groups, right? So this is a big group, and gaming has, I see, a different one, gaming. So if we go one, and that's it, and we're through. So 3 modules to give you a choice of what to install. Now, if you're a beginner, I get that this is difficult to know what all of this is, and let me incorporate something else then in the video. We do have PAMAC, right? PAMAC on our machines gives us also the software mode, and you can sit down Friday night, sit down, have a look. Photo video, what is there for photo video? Okay, GPIC and so on, Nomax, simple screen recorder. I'm using this one to record this video, and so on. You go and have a look what all these applications, all these names are. You're more into gaming, go to gaming. Okay, gaming. Have a look. This is PAMAC for you. Then we have also GNOME software. Let me show you that as well. So these things help you. Let's put you on the other screen. Software is being, catalog is being downloaded. So that's the GNOME software package that provides a kind of store where you can actually choose also categories and have a look at all the applications Linux provides for free, we should add. Well, let him do his job. I'll see. He's getting the Flatpak stuff in, but I'll show it when everything is updated. So you learn names through by using them, by installing them, and say, okay, this is a good tool, can be part of my workflow, and then you install them. As simple as that. And you just go over all the elements and tools. You'll see that the May edition of ArcoLinux will contain 20 or even 30 of fonts, because fonts matter. I always knew that, but I just am experimenting with all kind of fonts. I say, how does this look, how does that look, and so on. It gives us another feeling of your operating system you have to watch every day, 24/7, let's say. So all kind of things to install, just a click away and it's installed. At this point in time, none of that should be installed, right? This should be just the standard Plasma stuff, but maybe there's already something more, like I saw Brave here. So Brave shouldn't be here to download since it's already on the machine. So what you're getting always is an image with software available on the image. There's no way around it. So what you see is what you get. This is normally, unless you do something in Calamares, this is normally what happens. What you see is what you get. So this VLC will be on your system. So just checking up here, VLC shouldn't be there. I guess it's gonna be audio or video if it is available. Voila, video. So VLC is not there, right? So that makes sense. What you see is what you get. So this is going to be installed whether you like it or not, right? Simple as that. In the meantime, he's loading everything, but he's still having trouble with images, I see. So let's give him another chance to get all these images in. I guess it's not a good moment to show you GNOME software. So I'm looking on screen 1 here, but it's actually this application where you can select audio and video, but the icons need to come in and all the applications need to come in. But it's also a way to have a look at all the possible choice and all the names you need to learn to know I like it or I hate it, right? Okay, so then we're off. Next stuff from ArcoLinux, games. They're huge, watch out, this one is huge. Xenotic Data is a beautiful game, but it's 1 gigabyte to download. ArcoLinux packages. And we're in Brussels. Belgium is cool. Next, erase, encrypt or not, up to you. Takes a little bit longer. That's what it is, but it is encrypted. There we go. Press start. Keep calm. Hack the planet. Okay, we're not gonna do that unless it's meant to be. Let's make it green and worth living. Then okay. Seems we're online. Fun wallpapers. So while that's doing its thing, we can have a look. So system settings, appearance. What choices did he make? What choices can you make? Breeze dark, check. Okay. Application style. There you are. Breeze, plasma style. Breeze dark, colors. Breeze dark, window decorations. Breeze, and now the fonts. That's what I want to know. That's why it says hack the planet, right? Hack, 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 hack. All the TTFs or the font is hack. Icons are beauty line. If you were wondering, I want to have that too. It's just an icon. Get it. Cursors. I do like my white one, so this is the Breeze Dark. So I always take this one if I can apply to get a white one, which can mean there he is. Sometimes it means you need to reboot or log out and then everything kicks in. Partially, sometimes icons do not change with it on Plasma. You learn to live with it. Log out, log in. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, now it's here and here. That is a nice icon. Must admire it. And the rest. Font management. How are you? 7% installed. Fine. And some more fonts, so we can completely change everything. This is hack, right? Impact, Nimbus, Not All Sans is there. I still think Not All Sans is still a very good font. Really is. No splash screens allowed. So fonts. Let's have some fun with fonts. So all the way to the top. I always start at the top, so let's start at the bottom. Okay, let's make it bigger for me. 11, and everything is changed. Oh, I see what I did. So font, this one, yeah, close, open, apply. So here's my Brave, 2 times now. Ooh, look at the font. Look at the font. No. Oh, that's the icon for the installer. Okay, my bad. So this is now your menu. I could maybe like that if the font is bigger. I can read it, but I have to make so much effort. I'll need to sleep when it's 3 o'clock or something like that. Fonts. Adjust all the fonts size. How about 13? Let's go for a 13. Apply. You can go away. Already better. It seems like something medieval, right? An operating system from the medieval times. Ooh. No. This one. Sometimes these terminal fonts really look, yeah, hacky, let's say, if that's a word. But I like it. It is strange that I like this. Back to the basics. Old school font. We have to look on that. A black screen or a yellow screen. These, yeah, ochre in Dutch. Orange kind of screens. Not that bad. Not that bad. And the fun is, yeah, I should. There he is. I should test out many more fonts. There's so many fonts out there. Font. Ubuntu is also a nice one. You could say, why Ubuntu, Eric? Ubuntu. Pff, really? So personal. Try it out. You know, it's very readable. I mean, there's no problem whatsoever to figure out what this says. The impression, the complete menu just jumps in my brain. It's okay, no problem in reading it. The other one, I really had to read every single thing what it said. It's personal. Eyes pretty much are personal, right? Eyesight. Go to Ubuntu. I've done that in the past one last time because I see we're running at the end. Source, I know source, I know Natto, Pomodoro. Pomodoro, let's say Pomodoro. Apply. Out you go. Ciao, much difference? I would actually guess it's the same, so maybe I've made a mistake. That's the problem with fonts, you can't compare next to each other. You have to maybe take pictures maybe. Pomodoro looks good, and I did not make any mistake. Pomodoro and Ubuntu. So this is not my thing. Yeah, that's not good for my eyesight. Kernel, I believe, is for Manjaro font. Don't know if they still use it, but Kernel can have a nice feel. Yeah, clean, bit more closer to each other. You see the system saying removing packages. installing and removing. We can do some stuff with Calamares. Oops, I clicked on some wrong button, I guess. Bye. And finally, yes, because finally, it is a lot of software that's going from one place to the other. That's a simple sync, basically. And we've got our own grub. Look at that. He was working on that. We saw the messages and the posts on Discord. So XeroLinux on Linux. Boom. And there we boot up. And we have our own ArcoLinux system that we can play with. Now, I always agree with the developers of what we call the spin-offs, right? That they will give support, because that's not our thing. We do not know everything what's happened here, what changed here. So it's up to him to give you support if you want to go and have a look at this. And again, we're on hack, of course, because this is the real thing, right? This is. Did I select anything? Any software? I don't know if I selected anything. But if you would select something in Calamares, it will install it as well if you got internet. Timeshift is there. Gparted, BleachBit is there. All choices. Maybe you like some of them, maybe you hate all of them. It is what it is. It is always a choice. And at ArcoLinux we try to give you the freedom, the complete freedom, and you'll see in the May release of ArcoLinux that it is really about freedom, because we can't make choices for you. You have to make your choices, and then I think you'll get the most basically freedom, which is core in our vision. All right, XeroLinux, good job. Wonderful spin-off, and enjoy maintaining it, right? Because building is one thing, maintaining is the other thing, and then supporting, that's entirely up to you. And there's still one thing I would like to do, and maybe you're wondering like that, hey, what is all these colored things up there? What's that? So let's have a look at his this F12, Super Shift Enter. Keyboard bindings are no longer there, and then Control H. Just want to have a look at the bash RC. People are probably wondering what's going on with all these colors. Have a look. This is where you need to go and have a look and see what's in here. And it says here clear, so nothing on our terminal. Give me neofetch, and well, send that through to lolcat, and lolcat is an application. That's what triggering your colors, and if you like that, you can just add the line at the bottom of your bash RC or ZSH RC if you're on ZSH. All right, have fun. This is Linux after all. Choices. All right, bye.